Welcome back, everyone. It's another beautiful weekend here in Ho Chi Minh City, and today we are in District 7. Now, District 7 is known for a lot of things. The Korean community is very large here. There's a lot of wonderful international food, but there's also a lot of amazing Vietnamese food hidden all throughout the neighborhoods here. So we're at this wonderful Bum Bo Hue place today, and we're going to try a few different dishes, and we're going to compare them and see which one I like the most. And then later on, we'll sit down and relax at a nice cafe, have some coffee, and talk about the coffee culture here in Ho Chi Minh City. All right, so let's go sit down. We have this lovely place called Bum Bo Satay Sa. So we're gonna sit down, we're gonna try their food, and we're gonna talk about it. As you can see by the name, Bum Bo Satay Sa is a popular little spot here. They have a really nice, sort of eclectic atmosphere, and it's a great spot to relax. You can tell by the sun, I'm probably very happy to relax in the shade for a bit. So we'll get ourselves some delicious food. The Bum Bo Hue we're going to have today, we have some with the broth, with the soup, and then we're going to have some that's dry. Both of them are popular combinations here in Vietnam, and I think without the soup is going to be probably my favorite on a hot day like today. But you never know, so let's find out. Let's order some food. Ladies and gentlemen, we have food. Okay, so let's go through all of this first. So we have our Bum Bo Hue, and you can see it's a mixture of meat and noodles and other things. We have the thinly sliced beef here, and then we've got some of our amazing mystery meat sausage. And then we also have, I believe this is either pork or beef, sort of a meatball, okay? And then our noodles. You can see the dry dish does have a sort of sauce on it, but it's a much thicker sort of coating than an actual broth. And then of course we have our various vegetables here. Have some onions as well, very nice. And then they also give us here our side of other vegetables. And you can see here, those are all nicely cut up and easy to just mix in there. And then we've got some kumquat lime, as well as some chili here. And then this soup they've served on the side also looks absolutely amazing. Now, off to the side here, we've also got some sauces we can choose to use. We have some pickled onion for a bit of extra bite if I feel the flavor needs a bit of intensity. And we've also got this delicious chili satay. That will be very good on top. Now, I also can't help but notice these dishes themselves. These are lovely. They're traditional handmade ceramics, and you really don't see these often anymore. Most restaurants and companies have moved on to mass production dishes. So it's really nice to see the traditional ceramic being used here. I think it looks a lot more beautiful as well. It's a very cute design. Let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and rinse my palate with some of that soup. Oh, it's so rich. Oh, that's good. It has a very rich broth flavor. If I wanted to, I could probably just pour that on top and eat it wet, but I'm here for the dry bum bo. First thing we have to do is get our dish prepared. So we're gonna go ahead and mix some of these vegetables.
In there. Set that right on top. I will do my best not to make a mess. Okay, there we go. Okay, put that right on top there.
And then I'll squeeze some of this lime onto that. Give it a nice bit of acidity for all that savoriness we have in there. And then I have to have some of the satay. So we'll get a nice spoonful of that, put that right on top. And then we have to mix it all together. So I'll just get in there and I'll try not to throw it everywhere. The next dish we'll be having will probably be the wet Bum Bo Hue. We'll get some broth in there. So the dry dish and the wet dish, your preference or which one is better? A lot of it really is preference. Do you want something with the soup in it, or do you want something that's a bit heavier and more dry? I think the soups are always really good for midday and breakfast because that light soupiness helps with digestion, but it also adds that bit of that wet flavor that feels better in the morning and in the afternoon when you don't want something so heavy. But the dry one, it's a bit of a guilty pleasure personally. There we go. We get some vegetables in there, some noodles. So the sauce has a very rich flavor. You can taste the lemongrass and the chili from the saute, the lime and all those other flavors just melding together. Additionally, the sauce has sort of a thicker texture, so it really coats the noodles well. It doesn't just slide off and leave a puddle in the bottom of the bowl. It really coats the noodles, and so when you take a bite of the noodles, you really get the full flavor of the dish. You can see here we have a bit of beef cartilage as well. The chewy texture of the cartilage is very nice when you take a big bite. Now the cartilage has a bit of a crunchy texture to it. It might not be your favorite, but some people really like to chew on that. We also have the meatball here. Let's find out what exactly this is. Yeah, so it's similar to the sausage where they've taken the meat and they've compressed it together with some seasonings and spices to create that sort of thick texture. It's very good with the dish. We have to get some of these vegetables as well. And of course, we'll eat the vegetables with some of that meat. So we have these thinly sliced beef here. And you see this in many dishes, and it's really a wonderful way to prepare the meat because you can eat it so many different ways.